FlossTube friends. This is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Monday, July 17th at approximately 10:45 p.m. I was hoping to get this started a little earlier tonight for you, and hopefully this video won't be too long. But I have some updates and some haul and stuff to show you. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for stopping by. It's always great to meet new friends. Hopefully you will find something here on the channel that I talk to you about that will enable you and encourage you to want to know more and to get more information about projects and stuff that I have and that I'm working on, and will entice you to subscribe to my channel. So welcome. Hopefully you've brought something to drink with you. This might be a long one, although I was hoping it would be short, but probably not. My videos tend to run about an hour to an hour and a half recently. So anyway, hopefully you'll find something worthwhile to stick around and become a subscriber. If you're a returning watcher, thank you very much for stopping back by. It's always great to spend time with friends. Hopefully this time is no different, and hopefully you'll get something out of this video that will enable you or encourage you to try something new. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming back. It's always great to spend time with good friends and to share our love of stitching and whatnot. Sorry if I looked over this way, a little distracted. I have a little video stream of the local channel streaming there. The Bachelorette is on. I'm not really into the Bachelorette, but the news is coming on in about 15 minutes. So I'm kind of waiting for the news to come on. So anyway, sorry about the distractions, but anyway, thank you for coming back and watching with me tonight. I have mostly a cross-stitch update for you tonight. I do have some new haul to share with you, including some non-cross-stitch haul that I'm hoping to use to make some cross-stitch items or cross-stitch accessories, so to speak. So hopefully you'll find something new here and will entice you to pick up something. I also have some updates and some stitchy plans to go over with you. So that being said, sit back, grab something to drink. If you haven't already, grab your stitching, grab a project you're working on, whatever you happen to want to do. If you want to play video games, if you just want to, throw darts at a dartboard, whatever you want to do, grab it, sit back with your favorite drink and relax, and we will get started with today's show. Don't really have much in the way of life updates, except my mom and I are going to see the dentist tomorrow together. She needs dentures quite badly, and she is taking the plunge in getting her dentures redone. So I get to go with her for her impression fitting tomorrow for her temporary dentures, and then we are going to be working on getting some of her dental stuff done. So hopefully in the next couple of months she will have her dental work done and have her dentures all fixed and ready to go. So hopefully that will improve her quality of life and her ability to eat good food. So we're kind of looking forward to that. She did get her license plates renewed for 2 years, so she was excited about that. Her birthday is coming up at the end of the month. Her birthday is July 29th, so if you have any birthday wishes for me to pass on to Mom, let me know. Or if you are friends with me and maybe friends with her on Facebook, then you can wish her a happy birthday. So her birthday is coming up the 29th. If my stepdad Gus was still alive, they do share a birthday together. So this year is kind of bitter. This time of year is kind of bittersweet for Mom, because in June of 2019, my stepdad Gus passed away. They were married for 40 years, and they were both born July 29th, and they happened to get married on their birthdays. So it made it real easy for me. I just had to remember one date for 2 birthdays and an anniversary. But it is kind of bittersweet for her. So she's kind of been dealing with a little bit of sadness, so to speak. So if you could wish Mom a happy birthday and a very happy anniversary, and hopefully your dentures will go well. So we are looking forward to going to a couple of stitch retreats in the fall. We are going to one in the Youngstown, Ohio area in October. And then we are going back to the Stitching in the Springs retreat in Yellow Springs, Ohio in November. So we are looking forward to that and looking forward to meeting many people and revisiting friends that we've made over the last couple of retreats that we've gone to, and just seeing new friends. So hopefully we will see you at some of these retreats as well. So that being said, I am actually going to get into haul. So the first thing I wanted to show you, I did get the newest issue of the World of Cross Stitching magazine. This is issue, you have to bear with me, these glasses aren't my most recent glasses. This is the July 2023 issue of the World of Cross Stitch magazine. I'm not going to do a walkthrough or a flip through for you. If you follow Carolyn Zook of C Zook Stitch here on YouTube, she usually does a really good walkthrough of the magazines that she subscribes to. But I'm going to show you one set of patterns that I'm probably going to end up stitching at some point in my career. This is Happy Thoughts. These are sayings by Emma Congdon. And they say, every day is a new start. Always better together. Progress over perfection. You've got this. Friends are family we choose. And good things take time. So really neat quick sayings there. So this is out of the most recent World of Cross Stitching magazine. There's not a whole lot out of this issue that I really want to stitch, except for those Emma Congdon sayings. But again, if you want to see a pretty thorough flip through, you can watch Carolyn Zook at C Zook Stitch here on YouTube. She does a really good walkthrough of the magazines. All right. Talked about that. Those of you that have been watching my channel for a while know that I have been collecting Mo's Sale flosses, and I picked up some floss from Mo in the last couple of weeks, and I got them in the mail. This was four hanks of silk flosses. So this one is a really pretty pink. This one is called Pretty in Pink. It's a very pale pink. My light here kind of mutes this out. Then this one is called Old English. This is kind of a darker rose color. This next one is Granat. It's kind of a darker purple rose. And then this next one is kind of a mixture of all three with a little kind of gold thrown in. This one is called Roasting. So it's got some gold and some brown thrown in there, but it's generally the same colors. So I've got this four pack of rose gold colors. It's probably going to make it'll probably make a really pretty like fall thing. Actually, I have a feeling I know what I'm going to be using this for. I have an idea. If you hear thunder, we are experiencing some rain here in Ohio. We do have really quick kind of weather update. We do have haze really bad from the Canadian fires here in Columbus. Our air quality has sucked the last couple of days, and it's not going to get any better because of the fires in Canada. All that smoke is coming our way, and it's making being outside kind of rather unpleasant. And it's also making the rain that falls during this time smell really icky. So it's not exactly pleasant. But anyway, so there is my Mo Sale flosses that I got. So if you're interested in Mo Sale floss, you can go to the Facebook group. It's Mo's Sale. So if you see here, it's M-O''S, Mo's Sale. Mo's Sale. Yep, Mo's Sale, just like that. You can find their flosses online. They usually dye flosses every week. They put them up for grabs on Saturday, and you just me please on the color and the length that you want, and you can get it. Many of you may know that Satsuma Street has put out a mystery stitch along called The 4 Elements, and I am getting the 4 Elements. Currently, 3 of the 4 Elements are out for release. The most recent one is this one here. This is Air. I have been wanting to start this, but I finally found my fabric. This was a piece of 40 count linen that I got online. I'll take it out. It's a very nice mottled kind of dark black color. This shows it really well. So it's a very nice mottled kind of black color. I had originally dyed some some fabric to use myself, but it came out more of like a green and gray, like a dark gray. And I was told that I should probably pick the black fabric because this came in a couple of days after I dyed it. So I will be doing this with my Satsuma Street 4 Elements sale. It'll be on this fabric. And I kind of I've been wanting to do the called for Cosmo Floss for this because I've been wanting to try Cosmo Floss. So I found it Cosmo Floss. So this is charted in Cosmo Floss with a DMC equivalent flosses. So if you don't have access to Cosmo Floss, you can do them in DMC. I wanted to do them in Cosmo Flosses though, because I've never actually tried Cosmo Flosses. And I may have shown you some of these Cosmo Flosses before. This is the first set of Cosmo Floss that I ordered from the Fat Quarter Shop. And today I got the remaining colors that they didn't already have when I made my previous order in today. So we have all the Cosmo Floss for the 4 Elements now. And I will get these out for you and show you kind of what they're going to look like on the fabric. So again, here is the fabric and the flosses. You're not going to be able to see it all, but yeah, the fabric and the flosses for the 4 Elements sale. I'm really looking forward to getting started on this. So hopefully this will be a new start. I'm hoping this will be a new start. Hopefully this month, maybe not until August, but hopefully I will get this started so I can catch up. The last piece is slated, the last element, which is Fire, which is over here, comes out, I think, on July 21st. So we will be hopefully getting that soon, and I can get started very soon on this since I now have all of the Cosmo Floss from the Fat Quarter Shop. Should have just put all the floss in there, but anyway. So that is my haul for that. So my sorry about that. My 4 Elements stitch along is finally ready to go. One thing I picked off of Amazon. So these next few things are things I got off of Amazon. Some of them are Prime Day deals, and some of them are not. This one just happens to be something that I went looking for about a week ago, because somebody had posted a picture of a Just Nan sampler finish. And I really love Just Nan samplers. I've always been a fan of Just Nan. I've taken a couple, I think 1 or 2 classes for her samplers that you could only get the pattern if you took the class. Snowflower Lace is one of them. I kind of really wish Just Nan would publish the previous class only patterns. Hint, hint. I really wish they would publish the previous class only patterns. Especially since, you know, they're not doing classes anymore as far as I know. But this was a pattern I picked up off of Amazon. This is called Dream Garden. And it's got the roses. You might not be, there we go. The roses. Keep in your heart a place for dreams. And then the butterflies and stuff. I really like these samplers because they teach you all the different, they have all the different specialty stitches that you can do, and they have really good instructions on here as well. So without showing you that, here's part of the instructions for the Dream Garden. I'm not showing you the pattern, but I did pick this up on Amazon, so this is going in my Just Nan things. Hopefully I will be able to pick up the fabric and the threads to go with this. This is mostly in DMC. I do have another Just Nan that I already have fully kitted up with the Soie silks, the Soie d'Alger silks, and the fabric and everything is all ready to go. I just need to find out where I put it. So you'll probably be seeing me stitch. I believe the pattern is called with my needle, or with thy needle. It says with my needle. I stitch these flowers to capture the piece of the stitching hour, something to that effect. But it's in mint greens and pinks, and it's really pretty. I'm hoping to get that started soon. But anyway, I wanted to add this to my Just Nan. I'm hoping to get more Just Nan patterns, because one of the things I'm doing is going through my pattern stash and figuring out what projects I want to start later and get those kitted up so I can have projects ready to start. So anyway, all right. I think that is it for that. That is it for that. Okay. Not going to show that. Sorry, I'm kind of going through my list. I have my checklist here. So Prime Days. Prime Days were this last week on Tuesday and Wednesday. My husband took both days off. I only took Wednesday off. But I did some shopping over the Prime Days. And one of the things I really wanted to get that I saw that was actually on sale, wasn't a super big sale, but it was about $6 or $7 off. I use quite a few different project bags. And I didn't have any this size, but I got a set of 24 13 by 16 mesh project bags. These are those mesh bags, those plastic mesh bags. So these ones, and they have colorful zippers. I got 2 each of 12 colors, so they're all the same. So I have more project bags to put stuff in. And actually, the Satsuma thing is going to go in here. I think I'm going to put it in. Black. So I did get project bags for my stuff. That was a Prime Day deal. And these are, I believe, are the 13 by 16 size. So there we go. This is my Satsuma Street 4 elements. So, and it's ready to go whenever I'm ready to start. So another Prime Day deal. Because I was looking at Prime Day deals for things that I could pick up that I've been wanting to give a shot. Many people are experiencing the love of Nerge hoops. And Amazon Prime had a deal on a set of Nerge hoops. So I got 3 Nerge hoops on sale. I got a small, medium, and large. And they just came in today. This also included some thread cards by Maker Susan. So we have the thread cards by Maker Susan. Whoops. There you go. Thread organizer cards. These are really nice. I like to use these. I've been using these more and more because I've been kitting up my projects individually. I used to have a master floss case that I would set next to my stitching chair and just pull a color of floss as I needed it. But it really made taking my projects on the go with me, because I didn't have each project kitted up with its flosses individually. I had one master kit of floss that I was using for every kit, and I couldn't just grab and go because each kit didn't have all the floss it needed. So over the last couple of years, I have been moving over to kitting everything as I work on it. That way I can just pick a project bag and go, and I have all the flosses. But I'm really excited for these nerd hoops. This is my first set of nerd hoops. And let me see if I can get these cut. There's that. There's that. Okay. Don't know where it went. It probably went on the floor, which isn't ideal. But anyway, so we have these nerd hoops. So bear with me just a minute. Anyway, so we have the nerd hoops, and I have them in the purple. So I have the 3 sizes. That one looks a little wonky to me. When you got your nerd hoops, were your nerd hoops a little wonky? Because this one doesn't look quite square. Weird. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to using these. I've never used nerd hoops, so these are my first. So this ought to be kind of interesting. Yeah. Okay, so these do have the they have the inside little hoops that fit inside this channel here. There's a channel on the inside of the inside hoop, and the outside ring has a little lip on it that sits inside the channel to help grab your fabric and hold it tighter. So that will be kind of interesting. All right. Okay. So these are this size here. This small size is the 145 by 165. So it's not exactly square. This is 145 by 165. This one is 195 by 220. This is 195 by 220. This is in millimeters. And this is 250 by 280. This is number 4. This is size number 4. This one is size number 3. And this size is size number 2. I think there's at least one smaller one and maybe even a bigger one. But anyway, I'm excited to get my my first 3 nerd hoops to try. And I'm hopefully going to be using one of those on the Satsuma Street 4 Element set. So some exciting stuff for me. All right, so those were my my 2 Prime Day deals, specifically for cross stitch. And then let me go ahead and get these kind of out of the way. So one of the things I've also been getting into, and you might have seen me talk about these before, but you may be familiar with perler beads. And perler beads, let me just show you an example. Perler beads are those plastic melty little beads that you use an iron to melt together. And they're just little plastic cylinders that you put, you create a design and you use your iron to melt them, and they fuse together to make these shapes. So this is out of the 5mm. This is a set that I found at, I think we got this at Five Below for Christmas. These were sets that I got for Christmas because this is my Melody from Hello Kitty. It's a Sanrio character. And so I wanted to kind of get into some of these, and these were really cute. So my husband bought me a set of these for Christmas, a couple of sets of these for Christmas. So here is a Peep one that I picked up at Easter at Michael's. This is actually Perler brand, so this is a Peep for Easter, and there's another Peep for Easter. So these were just little 2 small kits that you could pick up at Easter time at Michael's from the Perler Bead Company. Now, these ones are rather large. You could almost use these for coasters. These are quite large. And like the My Melody one especially. I mean, it's as big as pretty much the palm of my hand, and you can actually use it for a drink coaster. So it's big enough that you can use them for drink coasters. And I have a Keroppi one. Keroppi is the frog, and I've been taking that to the cross stitching retreats with me to use as a coaster on my table because frog, Keroppi, frogging means, you know, rip stitches out, rip it, rip it, rip it, thus frogging. So I use my Keroppi one at retreats for a coaster when I'm stitching. And I picked up another small set. This one is from Hobby Lobby. Yes, this did come from Hobby Lobby, but I only paid like $2 for it. It was more than 50% off. And this is a fall one. So this one has all your little melty bead cylinders. It has your patterns and your ironing papers and actually your board to pin these on, so you could make these and many more. You can make all of these designs here using this package. So that's kind of what I started with. But I've been wanting to get. Here is Cinema Roll. This is another little Hello Kitty character, and this is Kuromi, one of Hello Kitty's cousins. It's My Melody's cousin, actually. And so anyway, I've been wanting to get into the mini perler and mini beads because they're much, much smaller. So, you know, you have like, this is about 2.5 inches. The mini beads are only going to be, the mini bead version of this is only going to be about an inch. It's going to be quite small, quite a bit smaller. So when I was on Amazon Prime, knowing that I wanted to potentially get some of these to stitch with, or to get some of the mini beads, there's a brand called ArtKal, ARTKAL, which are just as high quality, if not higher quality, than perler beads. And they have a lot more mini bead colors than perler. Perler's been discontinuing a lot of their mini bead colors. And so I found a kit on Amazon Prime for Prime Day. And this is the ArtKal Fusion Bead Kit. This is the mini kit. So I did get this this week through Amazon Prime. So when you open it up, this is what it looks like. You can see the bead trays. This is the mats, and the patterns are also here. So I will show you this now. So this is what it comes with. It comes with 2 trays of mini beads. These are the 2.6 millimeter beads. So these are the really tiny ArtKal beads. And it came with 2 trays of colors. So I do have all of these mini bead colors now to play with. It came with a packet of perler bead patterns and also the ironing papers for them. So this will be a lot of fun. There's quite a few. There's probably about a good 20-30 sheets, double-sided, with the different perler bead patterns on them. And then you also get a nice set of trays in here. So you also get the placing tweezers because they are quite small. But you do get a very nice set of pointy tweezers. And then you get the bead trays that you use to make your patterns on. So these have rough edges on them. You see these little pegs. Those are pegs, and you put the beads on there in your pattern, and then you iron them, and then they make your things. So this is a hex tray. This one's a hex. I also got a circle, and then I got 2 square boards that they actually kind of link together. So they have these tabs they have these tabs here, and then they have little notches on the other side, and basically you can link them together so you can have a tray really quite large for your larger patterns. So I did get the mini beads and mini bead trays from ArtCal, and I'm looking forward to getting started. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to take the peep, the large peep in the 5mm size. I'm going to make a mini peep in a 2.6mm size, and I will be showing you the difference. Now, the main reason why I got these is because a few months ago, I had a brilliant idea when I first wanted to try melty beads or fuse beads, or perler as they're also called. When I wanted to initially try these, I got the idea that I could make the little ones and glue a magnet onto the back of them and make them into needle minders. Or I could make little trinket boxes and they could be scissor holders or catchers, stuff like that. So my whole point with getting my fuse bead kit, my mini fuse bead kit, is so I can make cross stitch stuff. ArtCal makes these mini beads that are also called soft mini beads, and they remain flexible. I have an idea for those that I kind of want to try out. I'm not going to say kind of what it is because I don't want my idea to take off before I have a chance to try it. But I'm also hoping to get some soft mini beads to try out another cross-stitching accessory idea that I have. And we'll see how it works. Haven't seen anybody try this yet, but anyway, that is what I'm hoping for. So I have my ArtCal mini beads in several different colors that I am hoping to get together and make some cross-stitching accessories. So the watching my channel and keeping track of that. Let me get this back in here so I can get this kind of cleaned off my table. All right. Alrighty, yay! Okay, get these put back in here. This is down in there. All right. So that does it for all of my haul and cross-stitch potential ideas. All right, so we're going to get into some updates. So I don't have a whole lot of updates for you tonight. Grab my trackers here. This is a sheet that I keep next to my stitchy chair. That gives the month, it gives the days of the month, and it also shows you what projects I'm working on for the month and what days I work on them and how many stitches I put in. So I've had a number of stitchy days this month. I am in the full coverage Fanatics Tour de France. I am doing the sprint days, which are the green days, and I've actually been caught up with that for a little while. The project that I'm using for Tour de France, full coverage Fanatics Tour de France, is my stained glass Hello Kitty. It is in my Mama Joan Happy Birthday cross stitch bag that I picked up last year. This is what stained glass Hello Kitty looks like. This is a pattern that I got off of a shop on Etsy. A stained glass Hello Kitty. I'm a Hello Kitty fan. And so for full coverage Tour de France, here is where I'm at so far. And as you can see, I am working on Gangadon, which is up here in the upper left corner. And you can see my Hello Kitty needle minder. And I am parking threads. This was a restart for me back in March because I started it last March. And I was doing 1/1 full cross last year. Decided that I wanted to go over to doing tent stitch. me see if turning this on will make this not go out. Maybe. Sorry, you guys. All right. So this is my stained glass Hello Kitty. As you can see, I'm not very far on it. I am doing this 1/1 tent stitch. This is a 32 count easy count fabric that I picked up from Heaven and Earth Design. It's 32 count. Each one of these squares is 100 stitches. So I've actually got quite a bit of stitches in, but I have quite a bit left to do. So anyway, this was a restart for me in March. So this is kind of where I'm at. And I'm hoping to get some more done before the end of the Tour de France. Tour de France, I think, ends on the 23rd. And I'm only doing the green sprint stages. So that is what I'm working on for Tour de France. Okay. That done. All right. July WIPGO. The July WIPGO is, why is that doing that? Hopefully it's not stopping recording. All right. Anyway, so July is 2 Christmas ornaments and Amid Amish Life and the Free Space. So the 2 Christmas ornaments, I decided I was going to do, because they're quick and easy, I was going to do the Let's Go Sledding Ornament Club ornaments. These are the perforated paper ornaments put out by Annie B's Folk Art last year, or this is 2021. This was put out in 2021. It was a set of 12 ornament patterns that came out in 2021. You could get them monthly. I got all 12 months. And you stitch them on perforated paper, and then you attach the perforated paper to these metal sleds. I don't have any of the metal sleds. I did get the perforated paper, and I did start the first one this weekend. So this is the snowman. And as you can see, it's on perforated paper, but this is the snowman. He's mostly done. When I finish him, I've got a second one to do over here. It's going to be exactly the same size. And the one that I'm probably going to do out of this, I want to say I want to do the snowflake, but I think I might actually do the Christmas baubles one. But those will be my 2 ornaments for my WIPGO. And this is just on the regular brown perforated paper sheet. So when I'm done, I will cut them out. This is one of the needle minders that Mom and I got from the 12 Days of Christmas box by Moe's Sale. This is just a Santa Claus needle minder. We get the Moe's Sale 12 Days of Christmas boxes every year, Mom and I, and we open them up at Christmas time, 1 box a day for the first 12 days of December. Until from, I think, the 13th until the 25th of December, or the 24th of December. But anyway, so this is going to be, when I finish this and do a second one, this is going to be my WIPGO square for the 2 ornaments start and finish. So that is what I worked on this weekend, partly for WIPGO, and also for Fandom Stitching 2021. I also, we were supposed to do choice. I was going to make that my choice, but then I'd already picked to stitch the Christmas ornament for another Fandom Stitching challenge, so I couldn't pick it for this one too. So I've got to do a little catch up when we can and do my choice. My choice is probably going to be the Satsuma Street 4 Element style when I start it. But they they picked a fourth square today. I haven't yet updated that. I will have to get that updated, but every week for 24 weeks, they pick a square, and that's your focus for the week. You have to do a minimum of 100 stitches every week for the Fandom Stitching Ringo Challenge. So we're on to the fourth week. I don't know what this week's box is going to be yet, but a lot of these pieces are pieces that I have on my WIPGO board. Stained Glass Hello Kitty, Saltwater Scrapbook, Pandemic, Let It Snow, Pattern Cats, Amid Amish Life, Do Re Mi, Full Coverage, Teresa Wentzler, Snow Village. You can see quite a few of them are on there several times, especially Stained Glass Hello Kitty and Pattern Cats. Pattern Cats was that one pink cat one that I started at Camp Gotta Stitch back in June. One of the other things I've been doing too is I printed off a list of my 2023 WIPs. I'm in the process of getting some stats together for the first half of 2023. So in my next video, it might just be a stats video. I will be going through my stitching stats, including how many WIPs I have, and also kind of going through my list of projects here that I want to potentially get to stitch at some point, and how this is my tracking sheet of like how, whether or not they're kitted, if I have floss I need to buy, or if I have fabric I needed to buy. I'm kind of going through all my patterns and stuff to figure out what I've got kitted, so I have a go-to list, so I know if I want to start something where I can look to start it. So here's the Tour de France full coverage Fanatics sprint schedule. I am doing the green sprints. We are here. No, we're down here. This stage was only 22 stitches. I already had this stitched up here with this stage, so I am actually onto the second to last sprint stage. And I will be getting the stitches done for both this stage and this very last stage on the 23rd this weekend. So I will be finishing up the sprint on Tour de France this weekend with Stained Glass Hello Kitty. I didn't bring Progress Pride flag down to show you, but I didn't quite get it finished in June like I was hoping. So if you bear with me just a minute, let me see if I can pull it up here. So this is the most recent update. Sorry. Jeez. This is the most recent update picture for the Progress Pride flag that I have to show you. So I still have yellows, greens, blues, and purples to finish, and then I should be done. If I put in a pretty good stitching weekend, I'd probably say there's about 600 or 700 stitches left in it. I could probably knock that out in a weekend. I just have to sit and focus on it. Coming up this weekend is the International Hermit and Stitch Weekend. So if you go to International Hermit and Stitch Weekend Facebook group, you can find out more information about it. Every month there is a weekend where the whole goal, if you so choose to participate, is to stay in your jammies, get your snacks, get your drinks, and do nothing but stitch all weekend. Yay! That's all everybody has a goal of doing. So there's the International Hermit and Stitch Weekend. It's coming up this weekend. This weekend is also the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Q3 Marathon. So if you're in the hashtag 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Facebook group, you can join in on that. The marathon weekend is this weekend. The 24 Hours of Cross Stitch kind of whole thing got started because a group of ladies decided that they wanted to try to stitch for 24 hours straight. So they decided on a Thursday night or a Friday that they would start, and they would stitch for 24 hours straight without sleeping. So that first weekend that they did it several years back was a blast. A lot of people joined in. The response was way overwhelming, and people ran with the idea. So that first weekend that it was ever held, you had Team No Sleep and Team Sleep. So you had Team No Sleep and Team Sleep. Team No Sleep, they were stitching for 24 hours straight. So they would start at, say, noon on Friday and stitch 24 hours straight, no sleeping, until noon on Saturday. Well, the people that were doing Team Sleep, hashtag Team Sleep, they decided that they needed to sleep. They couldn't stitch full 24 hours. So their weekend kind of lasted from Friday afternoon at noon, when everybody else was starting, until, say, Sunday afternoon at noon, with periods of sleep and rest in between, or life, like having to go shopping and run errands and do all that. They left time in there to do life, but their whole goal was to stitch for 24 hours over the course of the weekend. So now 24 hours of cross stitch has evolved. Everybody does it differently. There's still those people out there that stitch for 24 hours straight, whether that be Thursday into Friday, Friday into Saturday, Saturday into Sunday, whatever. And then there's a lot of people, more like me, that just say, you know what, I'm going to focus on stitching this weekend. And whatever I get done, I can get done. Some people try and split it up over 24 hours total. They track how many hours they stitch over the weekend. They try and get 24 hours. Some people only do 12. Some people do 24 projects in 24 hours. Some people do 12 projects in 24 hours, where they stitch 12 projects for 2 hours each over the span of the weekend. You can make 24 hours of cross stitch whatever you do, but that is also going on this weekend alongside International Hermit and Stitch Weekend. 2 Facebook groups, 2 different challenges this weekend. Hopefully you'll join. I haven't officially done either one of them, but I do stitch and I do post on the groups every once in a while if I'm participating in what I'm working on. So there is that. So some plans this weekend. My plans are to stitch. I just don't know if I'm going to get in 24 hours or, if I'm going to stay in my jammies all weekend and stitch. I do have a lot of life stuff to do, so we will see how that goes. All right. So I showed the new start. I did do the Let's Go Sledding ornaments new start this weekend. Didn't talk about that. One of the other pieces that I also worked on this weekend that I don't have, or this since my last video, was Long Dog Sampler's Pandemic. I had to get some stitches done on that. And so here is where I got to. So the part that I worked on here is this motif. Is the flower motif here underneath the 2 birds. I finished down to this point down here. So that was where I got to. I didn't have any of that stitched until I worked on it last week. I worked on it actually Sunday last week, a week ago Sunday. So because this is a WIPGO, I've got to put some more stitches into it so I can claim the WIPGO square. So you'll probably be seeing a little bit more of that. I am doing it on, I believe, a 28 count white even weave that I hand dyed myself using 12 weight sulky thread. It's variegated thread in the colorway Merlot, and really love working with sulky threads. I'm hoping, since I picked up some Cosmo threads to add to my collection for the Satsuma Street for Element Sale, I was hoping to get some Sulky Petites thread sets on Amazon Prime Days, and there wasn't any really on sale, so I didn't pick up any Sulky Petites. But I'd like to expand my collection of Sulky Petite threads. Looking forward to that. So that's really, really good, really, really exciting. And my last one is a stitch along that I'm doing with Kelly from Don't Run with Scissors. Kelly Green and I. She saw me working on this 2 years ago when I was watching The Sound of Music. It might have been last year when I was watching The Sound of Music on television. And I got this pattern online from Silver Creek Samplers. It is the Sing a Sampler series, and it is Do Re Mi. So you have Do Re when you know the notes to sing. You can sing most anything. So it's the entire series. I am doing this as one long piece, and I've been working on this. Ideally, we're supposed to work on this on Sundays, but I haven't had the chance to work on this on Sundays because I've been a little busy doing some other stuff. But Kelly reached out to me and asked me if we could do a sal, if we could do a stitch along together on this, because she really wanted to start hers. And I said, sure, let's make it the Do Re Mi Sal, hashtag Do Re Mi Sal, or hashtag Sing a Sampler Sunday, because we decided that Sunday would be the day that we'd work on it. Well, I got a little further on this in the last 2 weeks. So where I was over here. I didn't quite have the word myself finished, and I didn't have any of this down here, the grass. This is my name. There's a T in there. You can maybe not see it, but this has my name, and I get to fill the green in more here and put some flowers right here. So I am almost done with this. When I'm done with this square, I'm going to move over here to law, and then I will be at a point where I need to move the Q snaps. I don't know yet if I'll move the Q snaps this way and do the end and then move back over here to do the front, or if I'll move over here to do the front. The only thing I've really changed on this is I put silver metallic thread for the needle right here. Put silver metallic thread through the needle, and I changed the letters. The letters were supposed to be a different green. I used the same purple as the thread right here in the sew for the letters in my name. Kelly found a color conversion that she is stitching hers in that is a lot more vibrant. It's a lot more rainbow. I kind of wish that I would have saw that conversion first before I started, but I'm actually, the more I stitch on this, the more I really like this conversion. Or this version of it. This is the called for version with the Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colorworks floss. On a cream linen. I believe it's a 32 count linen that I'm stitching on. And this is in my Garon Toten Bags Poinsettia bag. My Garon Toten Bags Poinsettia bag. So that is my Do Re Mi Sal. And as far as stitching projects go, that is everything I have for you tonight. Just under an hour. All right, so that is everything I have for you tonight. So going forward, I'm going to finish up the Tour de France. Tour de France will go. The Tour de France will go until the 23rd. I'm going to be working on WIPGO. I'm going to be doing stitching for Survival of the Stitch Village, which is another Facebook challenge group that I'm in. I'm going to be doing pop culture stitching challenges, 24 hours of cross stitch, International Hermit and Stitch Weekend probably. The free cross stitch challenge group, they have an acrostic every month. I'm probably going to be working on letters towards that. We have Sane Stitchers. I'll have to look and see which thing I'm doing for that, and I'll have to get some stitches done on that so I don't get bumped from the group, because you have to show that you're participating and making progress and stuff. So they have a couple of easier challenges that I'm kind of working through this year, just so I can stay active in the group and maybe get into some of the more fun games at a later time. Let's see. I have a came up with a tracker sheet. So this is my tracker sheet where I list each day the project I stitch and which stitching challenge groups and how many stitches I need to stitch for that group, and that piece on it. So you can see I'm actually kind of stitching quite a bit for several different challenge groups. I'm doing fandom stitching. We're doing the Ringo for that, and there's a couple other things that I've been stitching for that monthly prompts. Traveling stitches. We've been stitching for wildlife in the area that we're in now. I forget what area we're in now, but it's a foreign location. And we've been stitching for stuff like albatrosses and narwhals and such things as that. Stitch into the wild, we've been doing different sharks, stitching for different sharks. So I've been stitching for that. Stitch Village, we've been doing weekend pop-up challenges where we have to stitch for certain things, and also stitching for supplies. I've been more stitching for supplies because I've been finding that some of the pop-up challenges, I can only contribute maybe 100 stitches or so for those. Magic Stitchdom, where we're building our amusement park. We're doing Brain Freeze right now. And we're doing like Dole Whip type ice cream desserts to add to our snack stations in our park. The Daily Cross Stitch group, the Daily XS or the Daily X Stitch group. The whole goal is to stitch 50 stitches or more a day. So we've been kind of working on that. I haven't been stitching every day. As you can tell, there's some days over here that I have dashes where I haven't stitched. Today is Monday night and it's going on, it's a little bit late, so I'm probably not going to be stitching tonight. So that's okay, because the stitching for the Tour de France tomorrow I've already completed. I had needed 44 stitches. I've already completed 84 stitches. So 40 of those stitches will go over to... Oh, sorry about that, you guys. Thursday's sprint leg for the Tour de France, and then I only have one more stitch. So I only need 306 stitches for this Thursday or this Friday, and then another 230 stitches for Sunday stitching, and then I'll be done with the Tour de France. So that's been a lot of fun. Haven't really been watching the Tour de France, but anyway, so that's about it. Magazine Monthly Challenge Group. This month's theme is Safari. I have not picked a magazine piece out for that. The acrostic is hippopotamus, or hippo for short. I am doing the shortened hippo. You can see there is stained glass Hello Kitty on there. Snow Village, Pandemic, Progress Pride Flag, which I've completed the stitching on. And which is probably going to be the ornaments. I've done the stitching for that as well. So the only letter that I have left, I did do the 200 stitches for Pandemic, just haven't marked it off. And then Ice Snow Village, it's one of the WIPGO things, so all I have to do is drop 200 stitches in that. And my goals for Magazine Monthly Challenge Group will be completed this month. The 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Facebook group. So if you do a search for hashtag 24 hours, 24 HOCS, or 24 hours of cross stitch, you can find the Facebook group. Towards the end of every month, they post the acrostic for the month. The month of July, the acrostic is offhanded. So you can see I've gotten some of them already completed. I've got it partially filled in. Oh, here's for ornaments. Kind of doing that. The free cross stitch challenge group, started by Creatively Crafting. Their stitch counting challenge is 6,000 stitches. Don't know if I'll get to 6,000 stitches. I might. We don't know. I don't know exactly where I'm at. But as of the 11th, I was at just over 1,800 stitches. So I already earned 1 point for the month. And then here's my Stitcho board for free cross stitch challenge. All the ones with the blue X's are ones that I've completed. And there's a couple other ones in here that I'll be able to stitch. One of them is stitch on self-care day. Self-care day is the 24th, next Monday. I have a plan to stitch that day for self-care day. Self-care day on the 24th. All right? And I think that's it. I am trying to figure out a very plausible way to get some of my YouTube video watching caught up, and to watch some of the new people that I really want to watch, get caught up with them, and kind of go through that with you. I'm hoping to get some stats together so I can tell you. It'd be kind of nice to come up with some sort of YouTube watching tracker for my planner. That way I could tell you how many hours of YouTube I watched every week. That'd be a little scary, because I do watch a lot of YouTube. I listen to a lot of YouTube when I'm working. But anyway, that's some of my plans. You know, we have Tour de France, WIPGO, Stitch Village, the August Magazine Monthly Challenge Group, the acrostics for July and August coming up, International Hermit and Stitch Weekend, 24 Hours of Cross Stitch Marathon Weekend, and just general stuff like that. I'm going to be planning for a couple of new starts, including the Satsuma Street 4 Elements. I'm going to be hopefully getting another one of the Let's Go Sledding ornaments done for WIPGO, and that's about it. So, oh, and I'm also going to be doing some art cal beads. I pulled out punch needle last night, worked on some punch needle. I haven't done punch needle in a little bit. I had a little Easter chick on my punch needle hoop, and I kind of was wondering if maybe I could pull it off the hoop and then put it back on the hoop later on when I wanted to work on it. But I just decided, you know what, let me, punch needle goes by pretty fast. Let me just go ahead and get the Easter chick finished so I can work on some other more seasonal projects. I have a set of 3 patriotic hats that I want to work on. I was hoping to get those started before July 4th, kind of patriotic thing. Didn't get those started, didn't even get them transferred to my weaver's cloth. So I'm going to hold off on those, I think, until next year. And I have a small little Halloween type pattern that I'm probably going to pull out and pull the flosses for, and work on that coming up. So you'll probably see me show punch needle. I'm also going to take the fuse beads that I just got, the mini fuse beads, and do a comparison little perler peep for you, so you can I can show you the 5mm versus the 2.6mm size beads. And then also I'm going to be hopefully doing a few patterns and testing out gluing magnets to them for needle minders, and seeing how well the perler bead or fuse beads work for making needle minders and other such cross-stitch stuff. Hopefully the needle minders will also do a really good job for cover minders for diamond painting. So I'm kind of hoping to hit 2 birds with 1 stone with that, and then get into some other ideas for like scissor holders and some other ideas I have for the soft fuse beads. So you'll probably be hearing a little bit more about those going forward. And other than that, I'll be figuring out what my plans are for the rest of the year. And hopefully sometime soon I will have a first half of the year stat update video for you to kind of talk to you a little bit more about my stats for cross-stitching for the first half of 2023. So that being said, that's all I have for you tonight. Hopefully you got something good out of this video. It was entertaining or so, enabling, whatever. This is me. I'm probably not going to edit this video a whole lot because I don't have a whole lot to add. But anyway, take care. Keep your head up and keep moving forward. Keep on keeping on, because that's all we can do. I know I said I wasn't going to I wasn't going to resort back to that. That was kind of last year's thing. But keep your head up and keep moving forward. Keep positive. If you need a safe place to stay, if you need somebody to talk to, look me up. Love is love. And you matter. So you matter to me. That's all I have for you tonight. So take care. And we'll see you in another couple of weeks with another update. Hopefully some stats and hopefully some other stuff. Some more stitching updates and progress on some other things going on. So that being said, take care and we'll see you next time. Bye.